Venus in Pisces 2026 is about consciously choosing the collective dream. And with Mercury retrograde in Pisces, we're being asked to purify what we imagine before Aries demands action. Venus entered Pisces on February 10th, 2026, and will remain there until March 6th, when it ingresses into Aries. And at the same time, Mercury entered Pisces on February 6th. Mercury retrogrades from February 26th through March 20th, entirely in Pisces. And on February 20th, Saturn and Neptune meet at 0 degrees Aries, a never-before-seen transit in our lifetime. So this isn't a random emotional weather. This is a coordinated dissolution in a very pivotal time. For me, Venus in Pisces is not about soft romance. It's about unity consciousness. It's about remembering that we are participating in a shared imaginative field. Pisces rules the imagination. Pisces rules the unseen. It also rules the 12th house of spirituality, collective memory, and karmic residue. So when Venus, that what we love, what we value, what we attract, when it moves through Pisces, the question becomes, what are you loving into existence? Because thoughts become things, but feelings magnetize them. And if Pisces governs imagination, then we have to become intentional about what we're imagining. And now layer this with Pluto and Aquarius. We can see clearly how collective perception has been manipulated. Technology, algorithms, fear cycles, division strategies. This is the shadow of Aquarius and its fragmentation through networks. The shadow of Pisces is mass illusion. So this Venus transit is asking, are you loving the fear narrative, or are you loving the future you want to inhabit? Because the field responds to resonance. Mercury retrogrades in Pisces from February 26th to March 20th, and that is not a time to externalize. This is a time to refine internally. Retrograde in Pisces is spiritual audit season. It's meditation, qigong, yoga, mantra, breath work, silence, and nervous system recalibration. Because Pisces dissolves and retrogrades internalizes. This is the 12th house reset. Before action, before declaration, and before the Aries ignition. And now here's the alchemy. Pisces is the ocean. It is the prima materia, the undifferentiated field. Aries is the first spark. It's the first I am, the will to exist. Venus enters Aries on March 6, 2026. And remember, Saturn and Neptune already ignited 0 degrees Aries on February 20th. So what dissolves in Pisces will demand embodiment in Aries. But Aries doesn't tolerate illusion. That's why we must refine what we love now. Because once Venus moves into Aries, desire becomes very direct. And shortly after ingress, Venus meets Neptune and Saturn in Aries, which means dream plus discipline plus desire fused together. And that's not fantasy, that's commitment. This isn't about leaving the mind. It's about fusing the mind with the heart. Mercury in Pisces equals imagination. Venus in Pisces equals feeling state. When those two align intentionally, Aries becomes inspired action, not impulsive reaction. Mars energy wants movement. But if we skip the purification stage, we act from projection. But if we honor it, we act from coherence. So during this Venus in Pisces retrograde, curate your imagination. Limit fear-based media. Choose music, art, conversations that elevate your nervous system. Strengthen daily spiritual practices and move your body gently but consistently. Notice what repeatedly surfaces in your thoughts. That's your subconscious clearing. This is rehearsal for embodiment. Venus in Pisces is not escapism. It is field selection. You are deciding which collective dream you participate in. Mercury retrograde asks you to refine it internally, and Saturn and Neptune at the Aries point prepares the world stage. Venus into Aries demands courageous alignment. Dissolve consciously now, so you can initiate powerfully later. We've got this, Soul Fam. So much love.